wishing everyone a Merry Christmas. But one atheist group has placed billboards in several cities taking a line from the president-elect, asking Americans to make Christmas great again by skipping church. So how are Christians responding? By putting up billboards of their own that say this and underlying the word Christ. Here for more on the billboard battle is National Program Director for American Atheists, Nick Fish, and owner of Signs of Christmas, David Johnson. Nice to see both of you this morning. Nick, why did you guys decide to come up with this billboard? What's the message?
Well, so, the message, the primary message here that we want people to know is that in these communities throughout the country, they're not, if you're an atheist, if you don't, believe in all the religious stuff, you can still have a great Christmas doing all the things that most of us really enjoy doing at Christmas, having a meal with friends and family, giving gifts to our kids, doing charity. All those things, they're not just religious. They're not, Christianity does not have a monopoly on those things. You can have a great time, and you don't need to stick and continue doing things that you don't believe anymore just because there's societal pressure to do those things.
David, what was your response when you saw that billboard?
Well, the first response was, I appreciate that they put Christmas on the billboard. That was the first motivation we had for Signs of Christmas, is that what even Christians were not recognizing Christmas, was not recognizing that it's the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. So we are appreciative to see anyone acknowledge Christmas. And the second thing that I wanted to say was that without the atheists, I wouldn't be on Fox News right now. So I appreciate the opportunity to get on Fox News and promote Signs of Christmas and to actually show respect for people of any belief.
Yeah, and those were some of your billboards we were just showing there that had the word Christ underlined. Nick, your response to that? He wouldn't even be here talking about this if you hadn't publicly come out and had this campaign.
Well, this is what we want to do. We want to start the conversation, and that conversation is something that unfortunately isn't happening in nearly enough places in this country. People make the assumption that everybody is just like them, everybody is also a Christian. That's frankly a dangerous assumption in this country, where 40% of people under the age of 30 are non-religious and 25% of the general population are non-religious.
Why is this your battle, though? Why do you care how someone spends their holiday?
If he would like to put up billboards that underline Christ, if he wants to go to church, if you want to go to church, that's your right. I don't have a problem in the world with that. What we want people to know, though, is that they have a choice, that the things that everybody wants to do at the holiday season, whether that's Hanukkah, whether that's going to church, or whether that's celebrating an atheist Christmas, you have that option.
David, don't people know, though, that they already have a choice?
They do, but I like what Nick's saying. I think he's right. People should have a choice, and people shouldn't be ridiculed for their choice. And so I support what Nick's doing. I also do want to say that the churches do great things, and I think Nick acknowledges that. And just for example, I'm in a small church in Hampstead, North Carolina, and we do amazing things right in our community for teachers, for the schools. We have a share-to-table ministry. We were first in with flood relief when we had floods in North Carolina.
So then, David, it doesn't sound like you're terribly offended by this, then.
Well, interestingly enough, I'd love for Nick and me to have a conversation about how do we together make Christmas great again. And I don't mean that sarcastically. I think that we would welcome the opportunity to be shoulder to shoulder with anyone to support. Let's figure out how we can house the homeless, how we can feed the hungry.
And the one thing I want to add on so much of this, doing charitable works are great, and it's something that many of us do. But the thing that needs to be said here is that religion doesn't have a monopoly on those things. And too often people are saying that because I'm a good Christian, that's shorthand for I'm a good person. And in fact, that's not true. You can be a good person and be a good Christian, but you can also be a good person and be an atheist. You can be a good person and not do the religious stuff at Christmas, and that's the primary message that we want to get out there.
Well, we got to leave it there. Thank you guys for. I enjoyed. Maybe you guys get together, have a beer.